A lot of professionals are saying that they're open to anything, right? Especially in this uncertain market. On the surface, I think they truly believe that that is the way to land something sooner rather than later. When in actuality, it slows down your progress. So, actually being open to everything is not serving you in the way you think it will in terms of your job search. Here's why. In an uncertain market, clarity travels faster than adaptability. Let me say that again. In this type of market, clarity travels faster, much faster than adaptability. Let's get into it. You don't have to raise your hand, you don't have to comment below, but I imagine there's at least a handful of you who have said to a recruiter, to a hiring team, listen, put me in, coach. Just tell me what you want me to do, and I will do it. I've heard it. Again, as someone who's been on both sides of the table, I've heard it repeatedly. Listen, whatever it is you want me to do, just tell me where I fit. And I'm willing to do the thing, and I'm willing to work hard, and whatever you want me to do. Um, what that does is signal to the hiring team that there's a lack of positioning, right? Those hiring leaders were all sitting there like, um, okay, right? Like we know what we're looking for. We've communicated at least at a high level in the job description what we're looking for. And if we ask you to tell me about, the role that you feel best aligns with this next step in your career, and you're like, listen, whatever you want me to do. That's not ideal. It's not ideal at all. And I'm going to talk to you, I guess, let's talk about it from the hiring perspective, the recruiter perspective. Um, when hiring is tighter, when hiring is more restricted, right? So let's talk about present day market in the US. Um, Last year's numbers, roughly 1.1 million people were laid off. 1.1 million is no small number. Let's be, that's a lot of people. Um, it's no small number, roughly 1.1 million already. And we're just a couple of days into this new year. 100 companies have said they plan to lay individuals off this month. Those are only the ones that have planned to do so. Okay. Not necessarily the ones that will. Right. So they're planning, it's going to happen. I imagine there will be others as this month draws on that determine they are going to reduce their staff. The decision makers right now, because there will still be hiring, hear me clearly when I say this, even in tough times, people are still getting jobs. And I want that to kind of sink in. There is no gloom and doom underlying message in what I'm saying. Someone, somewhere, on Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday, we can keep going, we'll get a job offer for an opportunity that is aligned with their strengths, their experience, their expertise, their passions, their interests, all that fun stuff. Someone is getting a job offer. Okay. Hiring continues. Hiring is changing because there's a heavier focus on risk reduction, right? As opposed to creativity. There are times when we'll sit in a room and we're like, okay, well, this person on paper, boop, 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 checks all the boxes. Showed up well in an interview, presented well, would be a good addition to the team. This person checks 90% of the boxes or 80% of the boxes, is coachable so we can get them to where we want them to be. They also bring something slightly different that we could possibly benefit from. So let's talk about these two candidates, right? One being the more creative hire, right? Let's say that we're thinking a little bit outside of the box. This is what we initially thought we wanted. Now we're thinking a little bit outside of the box and we're looking at these two people. In this kind of market, risk reduction is the focus. There's got to be clear alignment between who we bring in and what the organization needs. We're not getting creative. We're not getting, fancy with the, oh, let's try it and see. We need to be more certain now than ever. Hiring costs money. This is a business. Hiring costs money. Letting someone go, having someone quit, having someone who is not a good fit for the team also costs money. Turnover costs money. The wrong hire costs money, right? We can get into that in another video, but I feel so strongly about it. The importance of hiring the right person on the front end, critical, critical, critical. And in this environment where organizations, many, not all, US based, right? Because there's a whole world outside of the US. But many of these organizations will tighten up in terms of hiring. Like it's just kind of the direction we're taking. And so I want you to feel equipped to better navigate this market. Okay. Clarity will win. We want to make sure the person that we're hiring has clearly communicated what problem they will solve. There's a need for them, right? So, what problem will they solve? Why do they want this particular role? Not just any role, not just a put me in coach, attitude, which is great sometimes. Listen, whatever you want me to do. No, I want to understand what problem they will solve, and they better be able to clearly articulate it, communicate it to the team, the hiring team, but also why this role and why now? Is it just because you're looking for a job, or have you done your due diligence? Have you done your research? Can you tell me why you want to be at this organization and why you want to be in this role? Because what we don't have the capacity to do is hire the wrong person. We don't have the capacity, budget or otherwise, to hire someone who is still looking. We don't want to hire the person who's just testing it out. I don't know if I'm going to want to do this long term. We'll see. 6 weeks. I don't know. Like that's my commitment to you. You got to know what you want. You got to know what you want to do. You got to know the value you bring to the team. And it's not enough for you to know it if you cannot clearly articulate it during the process. And that starts from the resume. If that sheet of paper that you submit for initial consideration doesn't make a clear connection between what you bring to the table and what that organization is looking for, not now. There are times when not now, not in a tight market, not now, right? If during that interview process, you haven't clearly communicated your value beyond that piece of paper, not now. We don't have the capacity to take it on now, not now, right? You got to really be able to connect the dots smoothly, seamlessly, so that we feel like this is a good hire financially for the organization. Tight market, hiring still continues. Understand, hiring goes on. We're just a little bit more laser focused now, less room for error, less room to play around. And so that means you've got to come in with your A game. I hope that helps. I hope that helps. Drop in the comments if this resonated, if there was something in this that said, okay, let me rethink my process now. Let me rethink my process, because what I've done, what I've been doing, and the market just didn't get, tight overnight. This has been a work in progress. We've seen this coming. The numbers have shown it throughout this past year for a number of reasons. We can talk about that another day. I'll leave you with this, and we'll kind of close on this while you think about how you've shown up in your job search, in your career journey. Clarity travels faster than adaptability. Clarity will serve you well in a way that just being adaptable will not. Be clear on what you want. If this resonates, please go ahead, hit that like button, hit that share button. If you have not already done so on YouTube, make sure you subscribe. All other platforms, make sure you are following me. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.